So we're going to add the color stand. And to do that, we're going to be using our rectangular tool. Now, what we need is we need measurements. So here it's easy. I can select the edit pattern tool. And here, if I click on it, I have 2. So I have to add 2 plus 8.73, just 1/2, okay? And here a 9.17. That gives me 19.8, and then I have to multiply it by 2 because I'm only calculating 1/2. So the idea is to calculate all around, okay? Because remember the color stand has to go all around. But here it's sort of easier for me because I can like calculate half and multiply by 2. So my measurement for the width would be 39.8. So here's what I will do is go up to the rectangular box here, and I click here in the window, and the width, I need the width to be 39.8. And then the height can be 4. And let's move and preview to see how things are going here. Okay, and if it's too, we can always make it a little less if it's just too high here. Okay, now in the 3D window here we have our color stand. So with the select move tool, we can just select things here. Okay, we just right click and we flip it horizontally, and here we place it behind his neck here. Now if you want to just check properly to see how these things are sewn on, you can you can sew it in the 3D window or in the 2D window. And so you've seen the lesson where we've sewn things in the pieces in the 3D window. Okay, I'm going to use the 2D window to sew it, but with the help of the 3D window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select my avatar. I'm going to right click and I'm just going to hide the avatar. Okay, this box comes up, hide avatar, so that I can clearly see exactly what I'm doing here. So you can do it one of two ways. You can go here or you can go here. I'm not sure at this point if it's better to show you here or there. If I because in the previous lessons I've done it both ways. If you think it's easier here, then you sort of lift some pattern pieces and you just you sew. Okay, here's what we'll just lift the pattern pieces now that we're here, and we'll do. So here we have them separated, and I'm going to use the MN free sewing tool. So here we go up and we click MN free sewing, and here the tool is ready to be used. So you look carefully. I'm going to start on this end here, okay? So I'm going to start here. I go here, one click, and then you press enter. Now let's begin. I'm going to now, if I've started here, then I have to go over here. One click, 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 and we come back here, one click, and then we press enter. So here we let's try to understand if I was sewing relationship, everything's fine. We just where we can lift it and everything seems to be in place. So there's something you can do, something it's easy to do, or you could just follow in the 2D window. In the 2D window, you do it and you just follow along here because that helps. Now we've got to put back the avatar right away, and so we show all avatars. So here he is, and we're going to simulate. So here we've simulated, and here we have our color stand. Now, the color stand, in my opinion, it's just too high. I think we have to just make it a little shorter, okay? So the color stand, remember, like this can stand on its own because in the image I had shown you, it's curved here. You can curve it, no problem, we'll do that. But you can also just leave it straight like this. And remember, there are many styles of shirts. So that's up to you, what you prefer. Anyway, we're going to sort of make this a little shorter. So here we can do it one of two ways. We can just go here with the select move tool. You see this arrow, and we can just like pull it down like that. We can go with our edit pattern tool, whatever, and here it is much shorter. Hope it's not too short, but I'll bring it up a little. Okay, okay, we leave it like this, and then if we have any problems, we'll just adjust it. Now, so I was talking about here, I want it to be like in the image that I've first shown you, curved in this area here. Okay, so I want it curved here and curved here. I want the same curve here. So when we want the same means symmetry. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just take the point tool. Okay, and we're gonna find a half of this. And here the uniform split. You already know how to do this. And now I want to draw a line from here to here. So I want it cut. So now it's time to just cut it. Because when I cut it, now you can do one of two things. You could even try to apply symmetry or cut it. I'll just cut it, show you. So I'm just gonna eliminate this, okay? And to be perfectly sure we have a symmetric pattern on the other side, we go back to the edit pattern, right click, and we just set a symmetry axis, okay? The same symmetry. And so now whatever I do on one side is going to be reflected on the other. Now, you see the problem here? The problem here is that the sewing relationship went away. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this free sewing all over again. So here, it's on this half. So what I can do is with the select move tool, I'm going to just lift this one here, lift here again. Okay, let's do the lifting. We lift this one. Okay, and we're going to free MN free sew. So here we can just select our MN free sewing tool. And so we want to start from this point here. So we go from this point here and we go here and we click once, press enter, and we go from here, we press, okay, let's go around to here, to here. We go, oh, we didn't separate this really nicely. Here, here, and here. We press once and then we press enter. And our sewing relationship, we've got it. So the select move tool selected. Let's check it out. And now let's just simulate to see if everything's okay. Okay, everything seems to be okay. And yes. So that's one way you do it. Anyway, we have now symmetry on both parts. So this is something maybe you want to consider before sewing it on, so that in the end you may have less things to do. Okay, now we want to curve this area here, and what we're going to do is we're going to use our go up to edit curve here. You click on this little arrow here, edit corner. So we're going to use the edit corner tool, and that's what it does. It edits the corners. So I need this like this. So here I'm going to just drag it like that, and when I drag it, you see that the corners are being rounded. So well, I think that's enough. And so that's it. If you want this, because it looks all jagged and not smooth, what you do is you lower the particle distance. So here what we can do, we could just go to the particle distance. Let's put 10 and simulate. We add this 10 particle distance. Already you see it's getting smoother. Then you can even go down lower, 5 or whatever. Now it's time to put the color on top